Sarah is in Detroit, Michigan. Hi, Sarah. Welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hi, thank you for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
My father-in-law bought a home for my husband's ex-wife to live in about 15 years ago.
Whoa. Stop. This sounds hillbilly already. I'm having trouble.
What?
What in the world?
I know.
Like, I can hear the banjo music is playing.
Your dad bought your husband's ex-wife a house to live in.
Yes.
And a moonshine still out back?
I don't understand the situation at all. My family doesn't do things like this.
No, normal people don't do crap like this. It usually is the other way around. I mean, Byron. No, oh my goodness. Okay, so after the divorce,
maybe he's taking care of the kids. Maybe that's it.
Was his grandkids there?
His grandkids were there.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That is somewhat more sane. Okay, but still stupid. But okay.
So at the time, they had two teenagers, and I think one was about 10 years old. So this was about 15 years ago. So she's lived there since then. She doesn't pay rent. Father-in-law has upkept the home, and
the house is not in her name. He bought it and lets her live there.
Yes, and kept the house in his name.
Okay, good. Okay, that's better even. Okay.
Is it?
Yeah.
This is going to be a supernova. I can't wait.
This is going to be great.
So the kids are grown now.
Mm-hmm.
She still lives there.
Mm-hmm.
And I just happened to see a piece of paper that said title on death, the title to go over to my husband when my father-in-law passes away.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I guess my father-in-law is expecting my husband to keep the house up and
No,
pay
I don't care what he
taxes on
expects. No.
As my wife told me once, John, I'm not doing chores for you after you're dead.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, so here's the thing. Regardless of how it occurred, where it is today is Stupidville. Can we agree with that?
Yeah.
So your husband needs to go sit down, have a cup of coffee with his dad, and say, Dad, I don't want to have to deal with this crap. You need to deal with it now. Ex-wife doesn't have a reason to live there anymore. Free. The kids are grown and gone. She needs to move on now. It's not mean. It's weird. It's weird. Just say it out loud.
She's lived rent-free for 15 years.
He did it because he's a grandpa's heart. I got a grandpa's heart.
Right.
And grandpa's heart sometimes will cause you to do stupid butt things, and he did a stupid butt thing, but he needs to handle this before he dies.
What? Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't even know.
I can hear in your voice he's not going to. So
is your husband a wuss when it comes to his dad?
A little bit.
No,
Dave, of course he is. He bought his ex-wife a house, of course.
Yeah. Okay, so here you really you need to run down to Walmart and pick your husband up a backbone. They're on aisle 3, and you need to send him on over to his dad and say, Dad, I don't want this house unless you move her out before you die, because I don't want to have to deal with her. She's my ex for a reason. We don't want the house. Take my name off the deed, or get her out. One of the two. Because I'm not going to have to deal with evicting my ex-wife. Because the day you inherit this, she gets evicted if she doesn't move voluntarily.
Right, which I don't think she will.
Is the free ride that comes to an end, my girl. Time to move.
Yeah.
And when Dave starts talking French, you know he's serious.
That's hillbilly French right there.
That's right.
Yeah, redneck. That's just not. This is dumb.
Go ahead, Sarah.
Would it be an option for him to instead just deed the house over to the ex-wife since he wanted to?
If he wants to give it to her, he can give it to her. I don't care. This is a weird freaking family, okay? But if I'm in your shoes, I want to tell you, what I'm trying to do with all my sarcasm and bombasticness is you think this is crazy, and you're right. That's what I'm trying to do is affirm you. Your feelings about this are completely correct. This is Strangeville, Stupidville, Weirdville. Okay.
And let me affirm one more thing for you.
There are 3 towns right together, and the intersection is his ex-wife's house. Okay.
And
Sarah, I'm so glad it's not just me. Okay.
It's not you.
Sarah,
there's 22 million people listening to this going, "Oh my God."
There's another layer to this. Also, you're realizing in real time your husband is, like Dave eloquently said, doesn't have a backbone and hasn't dealt with something that should have been dealt with a long, long time ago. And it's right for you to also feel that sense of who is this guy? When things get sideways, he just goes, oh, so it's going to be okay. This is ex-wife. This is somebody that's out of his life. They went through a legal process. It's over. And so you're right to call him on that as well. Y'all need to have that conversation because you're losing respect for him, right?
Here's the thing. He's going to deal with it, or he's going to deal with it, or he's going to deal with you. He's going to deal with it with his dad. He's going to deal with evicting her after he gets the house, or he's going to deal with you. He gets to deal with this. It's not an option.
He just gets to choose what he deals with.
And the easiest path is go sit down and have a cup of coffee with his nutty father.
Right.
And go, Dad, no, I don't want this house. No, I don't want your timeshare either. Don't leave me that either. Both of them are dumb. Right. I don't want this. You know,
and if Dad won't deal with it, then you two need to decide, are we going to go through a legal proceeding and evict her and sell this house, and then she's going to sue us and all that, or are we going to deed the house over to her and just walk away?
No, I'm not giving it to her. There's no way. There's no way. She just needs to leave. This woman has had. I've had enough of this woman already. This woman needs to move out of this house. Okay, my God, what a freeloader. And so no.
Okay, I was feeling guilty.
No, you don't need to feel guilty. This is dumber than a rock. So here's the steps. If it's me, you need to sit down with your husband, and the two of you need to address the fact that he won't address this. John's right. Because this is going to put a splinter in your all's relationship you don't want to leave there. Number 2, then he needs to go, he does need to go sit down and talk to his dad. Very calmly, nicely. He doesn't have to be as crazy as I'm being on the air. I'm doing that to give you strength and remind you that you're normal and that what you're thinking is real. Because the voices I just gave were also in your head. So I'm just saying them out in the loud, okay? Now, he sits down with his dad calmly and says, Dad, this is weird. I don't want to have to deal with this. I don't want to have to deal with her. That's why she's my ex. And you need to move her out of there before you die, or you need to take my name off of this whole thing. If Dad won't deal with it and he leaves him the thing, the instant Dad is ill, your husband needs to tell his ex-wife she has 30 days and we're going to be selling the house, you've got to move. And your husband needs to handle this. None of this are you responsible for. He has to man up and handle this. It's his freaking family and his freaking mess, and he's got to do it. And you got to kick him hard enough to get him to do it. This is The Ramsey Show.